Ready?
All right, I'm ready.
You sure? Are you sure?
Expect bloopers.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia, or you can call me Liv.
Hi, I'm Jack, but you can just call me Jack.
As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a whole thing about dating and relationships with chronic illness, so that's why we have Jack.
Crushes and chronic.
Chronic crushes?
Chronic crushes, I like that.
Oh my god, this could be like a series on my channel. Oh my god, okay. So today's video is about dating and relationships with chronic illness, so I have Jack here.
Hey sisters.
No. Jack and I have been dating for almost 5 months, so good amount of time. And so I posted on my Instagram, which is, we'll put it right here, for you guys to ask us some questions, and we're gonna answer them. Okay, so this is for you.
J-dash.
For Jack.
Okay.
Do you think us, meaning like people as a whole, with chronic illness are pushy for a relationship to work and talk more about the future?
Well, I don't know if I can really speak for the whole community. I'm only dating one of you, I mean.
Okay, so then do you think, from what you've experienced with me, do you think we are like pushy for a relationship and like talk about the future, like
you kind of talk about the future more than most other people would? Okay, well, I mean, I think we kind of each do that, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
I just think it's really cute. I don't know.
Like, we talk about the future in the sense that, like, we kind of see each other as, like, endgame type things, so,
future wife.
we talk about the positives about the future more than the negatives about the future. I guess this one's for me. So it says, were you open about your health issues from the start of / before your relationship? Yes. So I have only been in a couple of relationships since I've gotten sick, and every single person that I've dated or have even talked to basically gets read like the riot act. Like I got
mine.
I have a whole, what do I call it? Like,
a spiel.
Pretty much
a spiel.
It's like
a spiel.
It's my warning label, basically. So I'm like, hey, I have this, it causes this.
And that thing.
Yeah, and if you don't think you can handle it, we're like, that's it. Like, you have to be prepared.
She gave me an out.
Yeah, I did. I give people an out because I've had relationships end because of my illness, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. So I kind of just like get it out of the way really quick. Yes, I am very open at this point. I used to not be though. Like when I first was sick, I didn't want anyone to know because I felt outcasted. Now I'm just like, if they don't accept it,
that is their problem.
That's their problem, yeah. For Jack, how do you know what to say and what not to say to Liv?
Oh, well, it's a trial and error kind of thing. I do know the things to say because I understand that it's a serious problem, and like I can't relate to it because I don't have it. So I try not to be offensive, and you know, I mean I care about you, so it's, you know.
I feel like there's only been a few instances where you've said something, and I think it's like you said because you don't understand. Like after my first surgery, and I was still in pain, like the 5-6 weeks after, and you're like, how can you still be in pain? Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so that one. So then how do you know, like, what to say?
Well, I mean, I learned a lot from that, how are you still in pain experience. So I feel like as long as I just don't say anything too cross-liney, if I can kind of...
Cross-liney?
If I don't cross the line.
So this is for you also. So how does Jack care for you when you're not well?
Oh. Well, see, that's why Dollar Tree was invented.
What do you mean?
Get well soon balloons, Reese's cups, maybe some stuffed animals. She loves The Last Airbender, so I try to, I try to make her feel as comfortable as I can. You know, just my general presence makes her feel better. So. Yeah. I
feel like I also, like, if I'm feeling really, really sick, like if I'm in like a GI flare, I kind of cancel plans because I don't want you seeing me like that. But I mean, if things are gonna be, like, if there's like a future, like obviously you're not gonna get out of that.
Yeah, we can't cancel plans, you know. planes.
Planes?
I said planes.
We can't cancel plans if we're living together. I'll put in pictures because those balloons from the Dollar Tree.
Oh, they lasted like a month and a half.
They lasted so
2 months.
long. Okay, this one's also for Jack. Do you ever feel like, oh, this one's dark a little bit. Do you ever feel like taking a break from it all? I really don't mean to be rude.
Taking a break from like
if things are too much, I guess, like with me. You can be honest.
I will be honest, because there really isn't a day that goes by where I ever want to break. I'm not even being nice for the camera or whatever. I'm serious. Like I see all the the struggles you've been through and like how it makes your life hard or whatever, and there isn't a time where I think that I don't want to help you through it or just be there for you.
It's never been like
it's
overwhelming.
It's never been overwhelming. I mean, it gets a little depressing at times when you text me and you're like, oh, this bad thing is happening, but like when I actually see you in person, it just makes everything better, even when you're having a bad day.
Okay, this person said, I'm scared to date because of my illness. Any advice with a heart?
That one's on you. I think I could give like a non-illness perspective.
And I could give like an illness perspective.
If you want to go first.
I don't know, I feel like my relationships got a lot, I mean, I haven't been in many, but the ones that I have been in, I feel like when I've been open about everything right off the bat, it makes things a lot easier because it's not like you're starting a relationship with somebody and then they're like finding out and like, I don't know the word I want to use, but like they're basically, I don't want to say blindsided because that's really mean, but like I feel like if they know kind of what they're getting into, that even sounds mean, but like if they know what's going on with you before they get into a relationship, it's kind of like they're already accepting it and they're accepting of you. But if you are kind of like, no, I'm like healthy, and like they expect like spontaneity and things like that.
Spontaneity.
But like, you know what I mean? Like if they're like, oh, let's go do this, but like you're having a pain flare, you're having any type of flare, and you're like, oh, I can't because like I'm in pain, they could just brush it off. I don't know. That's just like one big thing that has changed with me.
From an outside perspective, let me tell you right now, they shouldn't treat your illness as part of your personality or who you are. Like I don't really see you as somebody who has a chronic illness. I just see you as Olivia. I see you as your personality and who you are. If that's a problem for people, well, okay. I mean, it doesn't really affect our I mean, it does affect some things, but I don't think that it should be treated as part of your personality trait. I mean, it's something that should obviously be like acknowledged and like realized in the relationship, but if you can't look past it, if it's like ever becoming a problem, then you're the problem. Because I mean, I don't see it like that. If you look at somebody as just like, oh, this is a person with a chronic illness, then that's just going to be a detriment to the relationship itself. I see you as so much more than that, so I recommend that whoever you're talking to, make sure that they do the same.
It's actually really well said. Oh my god. Okay. Well, no, like going off of that, I feel like.
You sound surprised that it was so well said.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, not surprised, but like. It was good.
Have I not been good for 5 months?
Something that I would say, kind of piggybacking off of that, is like if somebody can't accept you for what is going on, then like they're not worth it, if that makes sense. Like if they, I don't want to say can't handle it, but like if they're gonna use that as something against you all the time, it's not good for either side of the relationship. Like it's not good. It'll be taxing on you and it'll be detrimental to the relationship overall. How do you ask for support without burdening him? I have chronic illness and I don't want to burden people. I feel like I'm like the poster person for always feeling like I'm burdening others, and I've said it to you so many times.
She has.
And I've said it to like past partners as well, because it's just something that affects, I don't know, like I'm not sure if you would understand where this is coming from, but I'm sure if you have a chronic illness and you're watching, when everyone else around you is healthy and you cancel plans all the time, or you're hanging out with people but like you have to sit down or anything like that, it definitely feels like you're putting a burden and like you're being not annoying, but like you're just holding back the group of people, if that makes sense. But when it comes to, this is like relationship specific, correct? I kind of just ask. Like,
I don't care. She can ask.
I literally, and I feel so bad at the same time, but I kind of just like dump whatever I'm feeling onto him, and we kind of like chisel away at it. I feel like, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, you don't do it. I feel like you only ask me for help when it's necessary. I do everything that I can to help, and you know, I always will. So
I feel like, well, this is funny. So you guys actually probably don't know this because I didn't make my relationship public for a little bit, for other reasons, but our first date was actually him taking me to the ER. And that was like that was the day after I gave him my entire like
spiel,
my whole warning label of issues, and then the next day he was taking me to the emergency room for a PICC line problem.
Trial by fire.
And literally did great. I mean, he thought it was fun. So.
I actually enjoyed myself. Those hospital blankets
are bad.
They're so warm and inviting.
With asking for support and not burdening, you kind of have to understand that, like, if you're in a relationship with someone, you're not going to be a burden towards them. If they consider you to be a burden to them, then you have to move on. Like, I don't want to like sound mean or very just like blunt about that, but it's like, you're in a relationship, you support one another. Like, if Jack has any, like, he hasn't had any big like life crises or like big issues that have like come up while we're dating, but if he had a problem or if he was going through something and he came to me with it, like, obviously I would drop what I'm doing and support him, and it's kind of like a give and take in a relationship. Like, it has to be a 50-50 give and receive. They can't carry the backpack of the relationship, if that makes sense. It has to be.
Can't have your back hurting from carrying the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much. So like, I definitely would say that you have to go into it with the mindset that you're not a burden to them, because they love you and they're with you for a reason. And if they start to tell you otherwise, then it's a conversation that has to be had and figure out what's happening on both parties, because maybe both people are kind of letting go of the balance.
Like, it gets a little hard sometimes because it's hard to like see you like sad a lot, and like it hurts me. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the big thing that it is, because like I really do love you, and it really does, like, when you're hurting, I'm hurting. Like, you know, you've come to me with a lot of your big problems, and you see me, like, I react very similarly to how you do.
Yeah.
With your big issues, because, like, I just don't think that anything bad should ever have to happen to you. It just doesn't seem fair to me. You're such a good person, and, like, it just...
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'm serious, though, so, like, it gets hard to bear, mostly because when you're in pain, I'm in pain.
So then maybe that could be another thing. Like, you might think you're a burden, or, like, burdening your partner, but in actuality it could be something like how Jack was explaining, where they feel so much for you that it hurts them in the same way that it's hurting you to see the person they care about going through something so much, and then it becomes emotionally taxing on them. Like, if I was like those few weeks every single day, I'm sure it would be pretty taxing on you. Like, because I'd like to say I'm pretty positive for the most part. Yeah. I have my moments.
Well, you're definitely positive whenever I come over and stuff. You know,
it's more so when I'm alone.
It really is. It really, like, FaceTime Olivia is very different from
texting Olivia.
From texting and or in-person Olivia, yes.
Yeah.
I hope whoever sent that, I hope you got everything you need, because we just gave you a novel.
I know. So the last question that I have is for Jack. And it says, Jack's initial thoughts on dating somebody with a chronic illness, because I'm your first girlfriend that isn't like able-bodied per se normal. What were your initial thoughts dating somebody that was different than?
Well, I mean, I went into it blindly, and then when she gave me the spiel, I was like, it sounds like she's warning me that this is going to be like some kind of difficult trial. And I've been dating you for 5 months, and it hasn't been a problem for me yet. And I mean, we worked together and we knew each other before we started dating, so I knew that I didn't know it was chronic. I just knew, like, oh, she has like this, I didn't really know what a PICC line was at the time, and I'm like, oh, she's got this thing, it's for like her heart, like she's got like medical stuff, you know?
He literally said to me, because for those who don't know, I would wear Mighty Well PICC covers, especially to work, and Jack literally said I had different patterned ones, and he literally said that it looked like I was fresh out of the 2000s, like trying to bring in a fashion trend, because it would like hang out of my short sleeve shirts, or like when I wore tank tops in the summer.
I didn't know that having POTS like gave you this much drip. She had drip.
And I had literal drip.
Obviously it was different. I know it's kind of a lack of a better term kind of thing, but it was different. I didn't really know what to expect or what to think of it. I'm like, am I gonna have to like do like assistance or something like that, or is this gonna be more of like oh yeah, or she's gonna be like, oh, don't worry about it, I got this, I got that, like, but it's gonna be hard at sometimes because maybe it like affects how she feels during the day. I do this with most things in my life, and I think that everybody, chronic illness or not, should always expect the worst when they're doing anything. I mean anything. So I was like, okay, if I think that this is gonna go bad, then it's probably gonna go great. And it has been one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. So
thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any other questions, you can comment them down below or DM me on Instagram and we can answer them. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more content like this or any chronic illness content, please subscribe down below. Like this.
It's over here.
I don't know where it is.
It's over
You're
that way.
choking me.
No, wait, it is that way. If you're watching it on your phone, it's that way.
Okay, so please subscribe, comment, and like this video to kind of let me know.
Nice meeting you guys. Hope to see you all soon. Hope to get more features on these things. You know, we should do story times.
Oh my god. Well, okay, comment down below if you guys would be interested in what I said at the beginning. I forget what we called it. Couples Chronicles.
Chronic Chronicles.
Okay, so comment down below if you guys would be interested in the Chronic Chronicles.
Or maybe comment like a name for it too.
If you have a better name.
Title. Yeah.
And that would just be like, we would do story times, we would do more sit down videos, we'd do more Q&A type things. So that would just involve like both of us, if that makes sense. So comment down below if that would be of interest because I kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I'd be interested in doing that.
Okay.
I love telling stories.
Bye.
Bye guys.